Hank Blue and welcome to another episode of Crash Course Chemistry. Today we're talking about things that rise, such as my subscriber count after releasing this video. But we're not talking about that. Today we're talking about bread, leavening, and foams. What is leavening and foams? Let's start with leavening. Leavening is the production of or incorporation of gases in a baked product to increase volume. Without leavening, all baked goods would be flat. There are two main leavening agents. Number 1, baking soda, otherwise known as sodium bicarbonate or NaHCO3. Baking soda is a basic salt, so when it's mixed with acids in a dough or a batter, an acid-base reaction occurs where carbon dioxide and water are created. For example, here's a reaction where acetic acid and sodium bicarbonate combine to produce sodium acetate, water, and carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide creates bubbles, which causes food to expand and become fluffy. The second leavening agent is yeast. Yeast is a living organism that produces carbon dioxide gas from eating carbohydrates that's found in dough or batter. For example, glucose in batter through yeast can produce ethanol and carbon dioxide. Leavening agents can also affect characteristics of the final baked product when it reacts with the batter. When leavening agents enter batter, they dissolve into the water of the dough or batter and dissolve into positive and negative ions. These reactions are called ionic effects.
Next, we're moving on to foams. Foams are not just foam hand soap or Starbucks cold foam.
Foams are also included in sponges, matches, and even bread. Yes, bread is a foam. Here's why. A foam is a substance made by trapping air or gas bubbles into a solid or a liquid. Typically, the volume of gas is much larger than that of the liquid or solid, with thin films separating gas pockets. In order to create foams, the surface tension of the liquid or solid must be reduced enough so that when the foam is created, it forms faster than it breaks down. A foam traps millions of tiny gas bubbles in a solid or liquid, such as whipped egg white or marshmallow. However, not everything with air bubbles is a foam. For example, whisking water produces bubbles in the water, but soon they pop. Dispersion, suspending gas bubbles in an immiscible liquid, can also be a way to form foam, as any excess gas gets mixed into the liquid. When air bubbles are created, their velocities are determined by their size as well as the difference in their viscosities of the liquid and gas phases. Over time, though, bubbles will collide and combine, creating large pockets of gas separated by thin liquids or solid barriers. In cooking, foam is a stabilizing agent what makes foods airy, such as the air bubbles you find in bread. Right, now it's time to explain these concepts in a real-life example. I present to you the bread skit.
Oh, I'm toast! My bread is not rising. I must call upon the bread bros.
I am Yeast Girl. I am here to the rescue. What you need to make your bread rise is yeast. No, you should use baking soda. It can also make your bread rise. I'm Leavening Man, and I am better than Yeast Girl.
You guys got this.
It is I, Foam Princess, and with my foamy powers I shall make your bread rise.
Bread bros, without you guys, this bread would be flat and dense.
We shall always be there to make your bread rise. Fare thee well. We must go help other bakers make their bread rise. Good luck on your baking adventures. Thank you for watching this episode of Crash Course Chemistry. If you paid attention, you will know that leavening and foams are two essential processes defined by reaction in gas chemistry. Leavening products produce carbon dioxide through reactions, and foams incorporate gas into solids and liquids. Both give us a light and fluffy texture we find in bread. This episode of Crash Course Chemistry was edited and drawn by Olivia Guo, directed by Samantha Lee. Angelina Choi made all the jokes you heard today. If you have any questions, please ask them in the comments below. Thank you for learning with us here at Crash Course Chemistry, and we hope to see you in our next episode. Bye bye!